is it, 72? 73? I would say the stream might end early. Because the person just arrived to work on my window. And so that might get a little too noisy to continue the stream. So just keep that in mind. Oh, it's mushroom tea. Hello, Max. Mushroom tea would be a really good song title. Hold on. The maintenance person's here. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud. He's gonna have to be in here. Yeah. That one. just talking to my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Does that crank work?
It's not working?
Yeah, I don't know if it works.
No work?
Yeah, I think it's broken.
Oh my god.
Because I mean that. Yeah, that seems to be making
I
up.
need to put some oil over here.
I think. Is it supposed to do that?
Huh?
Oh, okay, I see. Is it just like it just needs oil?
Yeah. Put it over here.
I mean, word up.
Only over here, I put only one piece.
There's just gonna be one piece there. There's not gonna be a bar anymore.
No, because
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like broken up.
when the window
When the wind slammed it.
is broken.
Okay.
But one piece is okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one piece is
Because
fine.
I don't push this glass. I push flexiglass.
Plexiglass, so it won't
it's
crack as
better.
easy.
Yeah, next time when you push it, it's not broken. For sure.
Okay.
Okay?
You have to go get that though, right? Do you want me to tell my neighbor to move his car?
Yeah, when this I need to.
Yeah.
When it's time, I need to move
Okay. Money for surviving. Part-time job. Why does it sound wrong?
Sorry. The car is.
Oh, is your truck in the way?
Yeah.
They can't. Oh, I don't think they were honking. I don't think they were honking at you. Oh, maybe they were. You can just park it over. You can just park it over this side. You can just. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't want to miss a stream. I didn't want to miss a stream. I'm really trying to race to 100 for some reason. I could have canceled the stream today. It's hard to believe we're only halfway through it. There's no way the stream. There's no way the stream's gonna outlast whatever's happening to my window right now. I don't. Wait, where's he going? Is he leaving? Nah, false alarm. He's fine. He's fine. He's still staying here. For transparency's sake, this is what's happening. So the panes that used to be in the window are gone. I guess that's what all the hammering is. Guys, this apartment was built in the 1920s, so it's very, very old. And these old cranks are... Anyways, my apartment's very old. Which is why fixing the window is taking a lot of hammering. So I apologize for that. 30 more minutes. Thank you, everybody, who stuck around this long. Did you just move it into the alley?
Please.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
This lady said me he's come back in 4 hours. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be fine. I think everybody's gone already. I think I'm the only person still at home. Everybody else works in the morning, so I'm not wearing a watch. But yeah, she shouldn't be back until like noon. It's not the cord I want. He left again. I don't know where he's going. You're right, Cyber. No insulation. No insulation. It's LA, so it's not the worst thing in the world, right? I don't live in a very cold or even a particularly hot climate, so it's not so much a temperature problem much as it can sometimes be a bug problem. Oh, I'm thinking of just having open windows. Insulation, yeah. But yeah, definitely no insulation. You're absolutely right, Cyber. Cyber has lived quite the life. Cyber has very extensive knowledge on things that don't confuse me. Maybe impress me. Interest me. Interest me. But yeah, it's a very old apartment. Very historic building. No insulation. No central heating, but I mean, again, it's Los Angeles. Mm. Goodness, if you guys had any questions, now would be the time to get them in. I could absolutely talk while he's in here. I could talk to him during the stream. It's just that every single time I say something to my phone, he turns around and looks at me, and I think he thinks I'm talking to him. And I don't want to have to do the like, yo, I'm talking to my phone, dog, thing every single time I talk. So if you got something to say, now would be the time. I was gonna go over some production stuff in this stream, but oh, nah, he's talking to my neighbor. I guess he's producing a new window. Plexiglass. That sounds fun. You know, when you live in an old building, sometimes you just don't take too much into consideration how old the building is, like what that really means, what it means when something was built in the 20s. That means your building's almost 100 years old. And while that can be cool, you ever think about going back into a time machine, for example? Ooh, like I want to go into the olden days. It's like I'm living in the olden days as far as architecture goes and as far as my home is. I feel like that's really new-ish. And this home is the paint, right? They've painted over things. But sometimes I'll go into like friends' houses, they build all these like new like gentrification lofts for people, and then I have a few friends who are, I don't know, wealthy and move into like those areas, and they go into the apartment. I'm like, this is so weird. Looking at an actual like, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that at least half of the people in this stream, so 3 people, have hit like a struggle moment in their life. You know when you just drive a really old car, and then you get into like your friend's newer car, and you're like, oh crap, this is a really expensive like luxury car, and they're really only driving like a Honda Civic, but they're driving a current model Honda Civic, and your car is like 18 years old, and you're just like, wait, do they all just have rear cameras now? You can just, even the regular cars have rear cameras? I feel like sometimes I get so outdated on things because I tend to live in and operate in like very old things that I don't realize what is current, what actually is modern. I bought a smart TV. I bought a rather large TV last year. It was like my big personal purchase. And when I did, I was like wondering, I was asking her, like, oh, what are the smart TVs? Like, is this a smart TV? And the salesperson like kind of broke down, just told me, they're like, yo, every TV is a smart TV. And I was like, oh, is that what we're doing now? Every single TV you sell is a smart TV? It's weird. What a nightmare. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He has a ladder propped against my bedroom window, and it's very audible. That ruined my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, using old things. And so I feel like I get outdated on like synthesizers. Sometimes I'll get a new synthesizer and people are like, oh, wavetable synthesis. And I'm like, oh, isn't that like the top of the line stuff? And they're like, yo, Omni, like every synth has wavetable now. Makes me feel like an idiot. But yeah, People like Cyber talked about insulation earlier. I remember somebody came over to my place and they were like, "What's the insulation like in this place?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Isn't that like a like mansions and like rich suburban homes have insulation?" They're like, "No, my like studio apartment is insulated." And I was like, "Huh, mine is not, and nor will it ever be. Well, not while I'm here. I'm sure after I move out, and maybe they truly do like overhaul this apartment and then charge the next person like double what I'm paying. They will insulate it. It's weird how relative money and stuff like that is. How much it costs for an 100-year-old apartment in East Los Angeles versus what it would cost for a brand new apartment in, I don't know, Council Bluffs, Iowa. Houses without central heating and air in temperate climates like California can get away without insulation. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's kind of what. Oh, I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else on the stream. Um, but yeah, that was. Wait, did somebody just offer for me to broadcast from their place? Do you also live in East Los Angeles? Um, yeah, that's what I was saying to Cyber earlier. That it's like I don't really notice it that much. Yeah, well, it's not insulated, but it's Los Angeles. Um, yeah. I actually kind of like this. I mean, I am gonna cut it at an hour. We have 15 more minutes left, but it's kind of like when the parrots came. I like variation. I like Cyber. Was Lindsay ever here in this one? That's not something really funny, but I'm not gonna say it in the stream. I'll say it in like Instagram stories. Remind me to say the thing in Instagram stories. Goodbye. Thank you for being on the stream. I'm glad you had a good walk to work. I'm glad that you walked to work, by the way. No needs for apologies for not being able to stay. I wish people would walk more. Cyber, how do you pronounce Euceria? I should be asking Euceria how you pronounce it. Euceria. How wrong am I on a scale from 1 to 5? 1 being absolutely right on, and 5 being like there were some silent letters in there that I pronounced. Oh, I just figured out why that's wrong. It's here. I'm gonna start getting into news, but I'm gonna make it somewhat long, guys, because I have time to embellish. So, I have 2 new albums out. One of them is called Ego Death, and one of them is called Quick Breath. We already know about these, or at least the 6 people in here do. What looking? Oh. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting distracted by the chat conversation. One's called Ego Death, the other one's called Quick Breath. They're on Spotify. Oh, let me do the thing. They're on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play Music, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. But more importantly, I guess I can get into the actual production of them. A lot of people don't actually understand what goes into the production of an album, which is why I started doing like minor production streams for the past like only like a couple of weeks. I did one for the 50th stream, but that one was more of like a wholesale, like let me try to make something new. A stream a week ago, I did a breakdown on how I made the remix to Khalid's Talk. There's a lot of there's a lot of ignorance sounds a little bit harsh and negative, so I'll just say miseducation or uneducation as far as what goes into making music and what specifically I do in music. There are a lot of people that think that I'm a DJ, which is wrong, but I understand that. I understand that when somebody sees another person making music, but they're not in a band, their brain just automatically thinks, oh, this is a DJ. They are out there like on turntables, which, you know, is more of an antiquated approach to music. Now, I mean, people are doing a bunch of things that I don't even know if we have terms for anymore, so we just kind of blatantly call them a performer. And so, the tracks that I produce, I would say that I'm more in the line of a band in that I do wear a lot of musical hats, Cyber. It's a much more eloquent way of putting it. I did DJ at one point, though. If I'm being completely transparent, I did used to DJ when I was in Arizona, but I haven't DJed once since I've been in California. So at least 5-6 years since I've DJed. And so I feel like I am put in the same category as a band in that when I'm performing live, I'm only performing my own songs. It's not necessarily a DJ mix. And when I play a show, I'm not playing somebody else's music wholesale. Everything that I'm playing is something that I've made. Also, I'm bringing keyboards, so there actually is a performance aspect to it. And I feel like since I perform with a lot of DJs, since it's easier to book a bill of solo acts than it is to book a bill of bands and then feature one solo act, what ends up happening a lot is people will have a DJ live set. People will just go, oh, Omni's playing a DJ live set, as opposed to Omni's just performing a live set. And I think that mentally, it actually helps people. It's not like an insult to me, but it helps people that don't have a lot of knowledge on live performance understand, like, oh, okay, I know what I'm getting ready to watch. I'm getting ready to watch a predominantly electronic portrayal performance of music from 1 to 2 people. And there will be backing tracks played through the speakers while they do a lot of live performance, if that makes sense. And so that's what I do. And so obviously I can't show that. One second. I can't show that to any extent. I can't show that to any extent here. All I can really do is play piano, right? But when it comes to production, I can show how those things get made and how I perform it live. I basically, once I hit 100, goodbye, Anwar. Thanks for always being here. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, is what today is. What was I saying? It's so easy for me to lose my train of thought. Anyways, once I hit 100, I think what I'm going to try to do is go full transparent. Where I'm actually showing all of the different steps of the process, like the writing. Of course, I think that a lot of you, especially the people that have been coming into the live streams pretty regularly. Oh. Is it pronounced Travashi? I'm going to give this a few attempts. First attempt is Travashi. Second attempt is Trivash. Third attempt is Trivashi? I feel like it's Trivashi. I feel like it was my first attempt. That's where my gut's lying. You let me know. Or give me a phonetic spelling. Trivashi. Crap, what was he saying again? This guy, I saw a new name. Anyways, for the person that just came in and said this, they finally made one. Thank you for making the stream. However, I do have to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. This is not. Um, Maybe he's cutting the glass. Maybe that's what that sound is. This is not the way the stream usually goes. Usually, it's very pleasant. It's really quiet. I play a little bit. Maybe a garbage truck comes by. There's a lot of Q&A. There's a lot of improv. There's a lot of performance of recorded material like love letters. Today I'm having some maintenance done. So, thank you for coming into this being the first one. But, thanks, Mixie. Yeah. I'm gonna say, Travashi until I am corrected. Yeah. Cyber's right. Yeah, usually there's not a song in the background. T. Oh my god, I've missed the first I. T. Rivashi. I think I would have done it right if I would have seen the first I. The text is very small, and the phone is very far away. But thank you. T. Rivashi. Thank you, T. Rivashi, for making a stream. I hope you make it to one of the usual ones, one of the regular ones, which will hopefully be just, tomorrow. T. Rivashi is really pretty. Oh, T. Rivashi. Like shea butter. Thank you, sorry. I didn't finish reading it. I got too excited about the first T. T. Rivashi. What's the emphasis on? T. Rivashi? Is it on the first T? Why do I want to get everybody's name right so badly? I think it's because my name gets screwed up so often. That I'm like extra sensitive to mispronouncing names. Even when people say, it's okay, I kind of, maybe it is okay, but it's better when people say it right. I've been called Omar so many times. Or people often pronounce my name with 3 syllables. I get the Amani a lot. Alright, well, I want to be more transparent going 100 forward. So the stream 1 through 100, for those of you that were on the Instagram streams or the Periscope streams, because for all you guys that maybe only are here now, I've been streaming for a pretty long time. I've been streaming for several years, since streaming was available to me. And so this might say the 70-second stream, but I think if we're being more realistic, I'm in hundreds and hundreds of streams at this point. But once we get to 100 streams on the YouTube, it's going to be more of a transparent, I want to say, I'll just say music streams. So not even necessarily beholden to improv or production streams or writing streams. I want to kind of demystify whatever has been mystified, especially in my own personal path in music. So, for example, a lot of people don't necessarily know, maybe somebody says, who's singing on Shoto Clone? Or what are you saying? I'm going to try to break down a lot of those walls and just mystery. Because I think that a lot of artists, and no fault to them, will try to preserve the mystery. Which is okay. But I think preserving the mystery while helping us being artists, maintain this kind of illusion of grandeur and people will be like, oh, they're so good. Sometimes demystifying things can make you seem less impressive. And I think that with that taken into consideration, if I try to demystify it, maybe it even will make me as an artist seem less impressive. But what I'm trying to do is kind of kill, at least on my own side of things, I'm trying to kill this notion that you need these kind of weird starter kits that you're born with, a natural starter kit, oh, I am just naturally talented, therefore I can make music, or I am not naturally talented, therefore I cannot make music. Music, while difficult, just as difficult as anything else like skateboarding or programming, it's just like those things. It's something that can be taught by yourself even. It's not something you ever necessarily need to go to school for, and it's also something that you don't need to know the theory and academic approach to it to understand it. it, like just anything else, can just be a passion or a pastime, or both. And especially for Cyber, because Cyber's been in the streams for a while, and Cyber actually has come into the production streams a lot. Um, probably Cyber, actually. I think that's actually where all my stats are. That's where all my stats are. Oh, whoa. Thierry Vache. Thierry Vache actually knows what Shadowclone is. My mistake. I thought you were new. You might be new to the YouTube streams, but you ain't new. Hey, Thierry Vache, do you know what Shadowclone is referencing? Bonus points. It's like your Jeopardy music. I mean, this is just the chord progression of Shadowclone. But do you know what the title and the lyrics are referencing? Okay, okay, okay. Somebody gets it. Yeah. Thierry Vache, I know that was like a softball for you. That was like just it seemed like a softball, but you have no idea how many people get that wrong. You have no idea how many times people have asked me, what does Shadow Clone mean? Oh man, do you know what the lyrics of Shadow Clone are? I'm just gonna keep trying to stump you. That's so interesting. I wonder how many people really did get that song that just don't come into the streams. Wow, okay. Wow, that's wild. Okay. Dear Vache, I don't know where you've been. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And Thierry Vache climbs the ranks. Yeah, there's a few like deeply nested um, references in the music. But the weird thing is, for me, I obviously have my own approach to it. So I will think that some references are very, very obvious, very easy to get. Um, and then others will be like really, really deeply rooted. And for me, what's one that would be like surface level? I would say that a surface level one would be maybe rose milk tea. Obviously, like I was a fan of boba. That's like a popular, like most boba tea places have that flavor, so that was one of them. But people didn't understand that, and some people thought that rose milk was like just me smashing two words together. They didn't realize that rose milk was an actual thing. I thought Shadow Clone was down there. What's key lime referencing? Says Cyber. Cyber, why'd you put that in quotation marks? Are you really asking that, or are you making a joke? I'm making a well-layered joke. Well, I would love to swim through the layers. Key lime is referencing somebody that I no longer talk to. Key lime is just the like the key lime pie. Oh, wow. I mean, it is a layered joke because I mean, key lime pie is a thing, but there's also a girl who I used to talk to that went by key lime. That was like her artist name, and we no longer talk. In fact, that's her voice in it. The voice that says key lime, that's her voice. Yeah. So I guess it's referencing an old acquaintance. Yeah, that's a fun song. most of the songs have lore. There's only a few songs that are literally me just smashing words together. Like Twinkle Bang Bang is me just smashing words together. Thierry Vache, you are absolutely right. Mikey Lee, which is an anagram of key lime, is the lush stream version of key lime. So more and more lore, right? More song lore. If you take the letters from key lime and you mix them all up, you get Mikey Lee. And Mikey Lee is a much more slow piano acoustic version of key lime that has 3 extra chords in it right here. It has those. Thierry Vache does know an odd amount. An odd amount to have never been in the streams. But yeah. Yeah. Mikey Lee is key lime. They were released almost 1 calendar year apart from each other. Now that I'm saying it, it sounds like there's a lot of rich lore in my songs, but I swear there are some that are just randomly named. Ask me another one until we get to one that's randomly named. I just got... It is a lot of Spotify. I mean, still, though, like, you're going pretty deep into Spotify to know half of these things. Mikey Lee. There is over 30 songs on Lush Streams, so the fact that you can even name one of them is impressive. I can't name all of them, and I made them. They're my children. Plexiglass. Guys, I'm having like the worst neck problem. It's not the worst neck problem. I'm exaggerating. I slept wrong a couple of nights ago, and now my neck hurts. And I'm being a baby about it. It'll go away in a few days because I'm still young and I don't have to do anything about it. Eventually, that won't be the case, right? That is so weird. Key lime is different from amnesia. Key lime is different from amnesia. Yes, those are different people. Oh man, Thierry Vache, you wild. You wild for that one. Don't dig too deep now. Don't dig too deep now. Key Lime Girl does not like Amnesia Girl. At all. Hates Amnesia Girl. No, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that, but there is a story in there. There is a story about Key Lime Girl and Amnesia Girl, and it has nothing to do with me, which is kind of cool. Wow. Shot in the dark. You're getting headshots in the dark, Thierry Vache. I feel bad for anybody in the stream that doesn't know the music, because this is not this is not entertaining at all. Uh-oh, you know what time it is. No, keep asking me, even while I'm doing an extended version of Hush Hour, because I want you to get to a song where I'm just like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. That's just a random title thrown together. I will say the thing in Instagram stories. I will. Thank you for the reminder, Cyber. Wow, that's actually really pretty. Sometimes, when I play with absolutely no intention, things sound better. Oh, I lost it. There's the magic. It's gone. Dumb Drunk. Is Dumb Drunk a reference to anything? No. No. If you listen to Dumb Drunk, oh god, I love that song actually. That was a fun song to make. Dumb Drunk is not too deep of lore. I was going through a lot of my recorded music because I was trying to sample my own music to make new music. Because a lot of people were like, "Hey Omni, I have this new lo-fi hip hop mixtape. Can I sample your song from Signals or whatever? Because you make jazz music." And I was like, "No, you can't. Sorry. Thank you for asking, but so thank you for asking, but you do not have my permission to sample my music." And so I took my own songs and I was like, wait, if other people are trying to sample my music to make a whole album, why don't I just sample my music to make a whole album? I own all the copyright. And so I was making Dumb Drunk, and I can't remember exactly what song off the top of my head it was that I was sampling. I was sampling a song to make Dumb Drunk. And I remember in my head I'm hearing Inglewood, because Inglewood has those. Dumb Drunk is the one that has the like boom 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 boom. That's that one, right? Or is that Inglewood? I'm getting my own songs mixed up now, because both of those songs were made in the same day. Beep 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 boop boop beep 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 beep. That one. Okay, good. So that's Dumb Drunk. The lore for Dumb Drunk, which isn't really lore at all, is that when I was making it, I had like, I don't know if it, do I like Snarky Puppy? Out of left field, Danny comes in. Yeah, I do like Snarky Puppy. I wouldn't consider myself a Snarky Puppy fan, but I'm aware of them, and I have looked at a few of their videos. Yes. Snarky Puppy is good. I recently looked at the Snarky Puppy. It's like the Snark. I can't remember what song it was, but it was the one with Corey Henry, where Corey Henry has this like 7-minute solo on keyboard, and it's ridiculous. He's like going hamburgers. And last time I looked at it, I've only seen the video like twice, but I looked at it quite recently, and I think I had to come up with like a consolation for myself where I looked at him like rip it on keyboard, and I was like, I think that I will never be there specifically because that specific skill cap isn't like necessary for me. It's like there's this thing that happens, I think, as artists or as athletes, where sometimes you're looking at somebody that would be considered better than you, or they're doing it faster than you, or they're doing it stronger than you, or more efficiently than you, and you always want to improve, but improving isn't a straight line. It's like it's just like an open space. And sometimes when I look at what Corey Henry was doing, I was like, wow, he's like running through scales and doing all these like really cool theoretical things, and he's also very fast. He's a very fast keyboard player. And I think that since I simply don't write very fast music, being a fast keyboard player wouldn't necessarily come in handy to me. I would have to start writing music to be in service of the new skill that I have, which, to be honest, I have done before. I have made an entire song around something that I just learned how to do, whether or not the song was maybe a good idea or not. But yeah, the Dumb Drunk song, I was really sleepy when I made it because I was trying to, I don't know if you were around during that time in my music career, but I was putting out a song every 7 days. And this was like Thursday, mad late, and I was really sleepy. And I was just trying to get it done before Friday at noon, which is when I would always post a new track. And so this thing happens usually if you've been working on music for a long time, or if you're just working on music while you're sleepy. It's called ear fatigue. I'm not going to get into all the details of how ear fatigue works and how to fix it or what it does, but it's just not a good state to write music in. You should not write music if you have ear fatigue. It's usually like a good sign to stop. It's almost like getting cramps while you're running. Just think about getting cramps, but if that can happen sonically. So I started getting those, and whenever I get those, the way it manifests in my playing and recording is that I will no longer be able to do things on beat or in key. Like I might write an entire thing and think it sounds good, and then I'll listen to it in the morning, and not only is it like maybe bad or derivative, but it's like actually out of key. Like I'll be playing for example, the melody. This is the melody from Beneath the City. I'll be playing the melody from Beneath the City, but I'll be playing like the chords from Over and Under. And it doesn't, I mean, obviously it doesn't sound good, but I'll think it does in the moment. I'll wake up the next morning and it sounds like trash. And when I woke up the next morning, Dumb Drunk sounded awful to me. And I was like, it sounded like somebody that was drunk made this. And it was 11 like 50, so I just put it out anyway. So I was like, I mean, whatever. I don't care. Like this isn't getting a Grammy nom or anything like that. I just want to put something out. And I should say I didn't hate it. I found it funny because I think that I would not have been able to write that song if I were fully awake and fully aware of my surroundings and tonal qualities and stuff like that. And there is something to be appreciated about a song that I made in an altered state that I could still appreciate when I was, I don't know, better or no longer in that state. And since I don't like do drugs, I don't like write music high, like I know a lot of people do. That was the closest I'll probably ever get, and that's why that song is called Dumb Drunk. And I know I came into this story saying that there was no lore to it, but that was probably the longest of the stories. So maybe it does have lore. I don't know. Sorry, my bad. My bad, Cypher. Yeah, we gotta end on that. We gotta end on that because if I keep going, we're already 13 minutes over. So I'm gonna get back to Hush Hour. Dumb Drunk is a really fun song. But if you listen closely into the second half of Dumb Drunk, there's a sample that comes in that is the kids in the cul-de-sac. For people who have been in the streams pretty often, they remember when the sound of the kids playing used to be pretty intrusive into the streams. You can hear them in the second half of Dumb Drunk, but it's the same sample that I actually use in another song. I've used that sample twice. You can hear that same sample, in the ending of my song with Young Skirt called Uber to Cerritos. So if you listen really closely in the second half of Inglewood, those voices are like my neighbor's kids. And if you listen closely to the second half also of Uber to Cerritos, you can hear those same voices, that same exact sample. I kind of want to make that sample be like a reoccurring thing. Kind of like the dog barking used to be because it was my neighbor's dog at the time, and I kind of would like to take whatever I can from the environment that I'm in. And a friend of mine actually let me borrow his field recorder, so I'm planning to go up to the mountains sometime in the next 2 weeks and just like get a lot of, Foley. Oh, no. No random samples for me. I think I used to be like that, but now I'm trying to, like, I don't want to use a sample in my music anymore that you can hear in another song or that you could source to somebody else besides me. Gotta do organic samples. Also, if you want to know what those kids are saying, I don't know. I think they're speaking a language I don't speak. So, heads up on that. Thank you everybody for being respectful to me and polite to each other. There's a dog barking Slowflake at the start of it. Is that the dog here too? Yes, that's the same dog. That dog's in Slowflake. That dog's in Bon Bon. I think that dog's also in Sugar Glider. It's in several of my remixes. It's in the Migos remix. It's that dog sample I've gotten a lot of mileage out of, far more than any other sample I've recorded. Dogs everywhere. If you ever get back into Future Bass, you'll need to record your own bed squeak. Ay. The bed squeak. Jesus Christ. Well, it wouldn't be very possible for me to do that now. I have a new bed. It's completely silent. It's a hybrid, I guess. It's like a foam coil hybrid. Memory foam. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't make a sound, so I don't know where I'm going to get that bed squeak from. Not from here. Thank you all for being. Sorry. thank you all for being respectful, me, and polite to each other. This has been a very odd stream, and it has been long. So thank you for all you that were able to stay for the extended hour and 17 minutes. I will be here again tomorrow for the Thursday morning stream at 9 a.m. It probably won't be as long or as noisy. But I hope that you're all there, and I hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday. Abba.